It's easy sometimes to focus on the things we can't do, but it takes a different perspective to focus on the things we can. That's what we remind each other of. It's, look where we are at now. Look where we're standing now. Look how far God has brought us through. And he loves the people around him better because he doesn't take every day for granted. He knows he shouldn't be alive, but he is.
I'll never forget that day, September 10th, 2024. I remember that morning, I woke up a little earlier than normal. It was my coworker's birthday, and so we were going down to the Village Inn to celebrate, and headed off to work for the day. I work at a tree farm, and I plant trees and do a lot of trimming on trees.
So yeah, September 10th is a day I will not forget, but it started off just like any other day. We start off with a morning meeting, go over who's going where, what the jobs are for the day. Everything got loaded up like normal. He was using the spider lift, which is one of his favorite lifts to use because its maneuverability and access is great. Ryan, on that particular day, was going to finish up a project.
So we got down to the job site, and there was a row of trees that there was one tree left to be trimmed for the day. And I noticed there was power lines above me. It was right on a slope, and I had to be a little closer than I would have liked to be to get it done. But I didn't have a lot to do on that side, and so I thought it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I was up in a bucket about 15 to 20 feet off the ground. I turned back to go to my work, and I don't remember anything after that. My coworker, he was walking towards the truck when he heard it, so he came over, shut the lift off right away, and was able to get up to me to start doing chest compressions so that I could start to breathe again.
I will never forget that Tuesday. I was at work. I was doing what I always do. And I got a call from Ryan's coworker that he had been electrocuted. And I remember he said that his shirt was blown off of him. And I didn't really exactly know what that meant. But I remember recently we were talking about electricity and the power of it. And we kind of had said like, well, you just never make it out. You just never live through stuff like that. And so, you know, that's kind of what was racing through my mind. Also, I was newly pregnant and I hadn't told a single person yet. In the moment, all I could think about was like, he might not live, and this baby inside of me deserves to have a father. And so they all prayed around me, and then we headed towards the hospital.
So when I was electrocuted, I was hit not just once, but twice. I hit a primary line that had 7,100 volts of electricity running through it. I was shot kind of back into the bucket, and the electricity went in through my right hand and kind of bounced around my body, went up into my left hand a little bit as well, across my chest, and then it ended up coming out of my back in two different spots before it grounded out. I was talking with my doctor the one time, and he said that most people who get into this much electricity, he doesn't even get to see because they're gone before they could even work on the person. They got me onto a helicopter, not far down the road. At that point, they saw I was stable enough that they wanted to take me down to the burn unit in Indianapolis. Once I got to the burn unit, they rushed me into surgery, and they made incisions on my arms. Those incisions helped reduce the swelling. When you're electrocuted, your flesh can burn from the inside out because the bones hold the heat from the electricity. So if it wasn't for that surgery, I wouldn't have arms today.
I remember the first time I was able to walk back and actually see him in his room. He was in the critical care. In that moment, I didn't know what he would look like. We didn't know the extent of his injuries.
The first memory I have was waking up, and there was a lot of thoughts running through my mind. I didn't know one, where I was, two, how I got there, and three, like what injury. I didn't even know I had sustained injuries. When I first saw Kaylee, I knew something major had happened because I remember just the emotions that I saw in her face. I knew it wasn't something that was just going to be a quick recovery from.
And I just remember him being so saddened by the fact that he was hurt and that had affected me and our family and all these things. And it shows how much he cares about everybody around him, because he made it not about himself from the beginning.
A few weeks before my accident, we had found out that we were expecting our first child. And that was one of the biggest things running through my mind is, it's whatever happened, it's okay. I'm here and I get to see my child grow and the birth of him. And I was just so grateful that I had made it through everything I had experienced in those first few hours.
As there was surgery after surgery after surgery, there's just praise report after praise report after praise report. But it was a serious deal. We heard many stories of people who've gone through similar things, and their outcomes were not anything like this. And that's something that, the reality of what could have been really kind of sank in throughout this whole process.
At the end of those 37 days, I had gone through 7 surgeries, from debriefing, exploratory surgery, and skin grafting skin back onto the burnt areas of my body.
We came home after being at the hospital for 37 days, which was quite a long stay. There was a huge welcome party, like so big, so much bigger than we expected. And they were all at our house with posters and signs and noisemakers welcoming us home. And so, yeah, it seems like an impossible situation. You look back and you're like, how did we survive? But we never were alone. We always had family, we always had friends, and most importantly, we had the peace of God, and we just kept going day by day.
I would still go down to Indianapolis to the burn unit to go to therapy twice a week. It was a 3-hour drive each way every time. So we were really ready to get somewhere up here where we could have therapy a little bit closer. So in November, I started going to OSMC to see Angie.
I remember walking in there and hearing her story and hearing that she used to work at a burn unit. It was like just another God-ordained piece of the puzzle that we could have, it's better than we could have dreamed of, better than we could have planned.
The very first time I met Ryan, he had been home from the hospital about 2.5, 3 weeks, and was in the process of just learning to navigate the life of a patient who has just spent an extended period of time inpatient. And now we're trying to transition in how do we do life on a daily basis with having one extremity, your dominant extremity, which is no longer functioning. The thing I immediately understood and realized about Ryan is that the word can't or won't or no were not in his vocabulary. And it was all about, from the beginning, how do I get back to doing what I want to do, because I'm going to become a father very soon and I want to be able to care for my family.
The first little bit, we were focusing primarily on my left hand because I had very little movement in that. So we worked pretty diligently for the first, I'd say, 5 months working on the left hand to get movement and grasping down.
And just from probably a few months of therapy, he was able to start eating well with his hand, and he was able to learn how to fully flex his hand. And to this day now, his left hand is more usable than my left hand. He can write with it, he can eat with it, he can do all the things with it, and it looks like he was left-handed dominant this whole time.
At the time Ryan started therapy with the right upper extremity, we didn't know what potential function he would have at some point. He had absolutely no active motion of the right hand.
So in April, we had the surgery to restore some function to my right hand. So they had to take a tendon out of the top of my foot, along with nerves out of the back of both legs to rebuild. Once I got back, we started seeing some movement in the right hand, which was truly a miracle.
We went back to see Angie at OSMC, and she was like, okay, let's try some things. And she put all these like little pom-pom looking balls on the table on this towel. And she was like, pick them up. And I was like, what? I mean, I know he just said surgery, but it's no miracle of surgery. And he could pick them up. And we were shocked. I mean, that day, I don't know if Angie knows like how excited we were going home. I think we got ice cream that night, his favorite ice cream. And we were just like celebrating because it was such a miracle to see the hand that had not done hardly anything for 8 months finally have purpose again.
Thankfully, I don't have a ton of pain with it. It's just more mentally trying to figure out how to use my hand in a new way. I have to think about almost kind of rocking my wrist back to have my hand open and close.
It was a big moment for him when late April, early May, he was able to grasp a ball and bounce a ball and throw a ball. That was a huge deal because you have a brand new son on the way and you don't know if you're going to get to be able to do one of the most basic things with him, play ball. And he's going to be able to do all those things, and he knows he's going to be able to do all those things.
Soon after the accident, I was like, this all makes sense. It was like the hope factor that kept Ryan driving in therapy. It kept him motivated. He wants to throw the ball with Isaiah. He wants to teach Isaiah how to fish. He wants to do all these things with him. And when he was born, I mean, he was 1 month post like a major surgery with 15 incisions. And he was by my side standing in the shower in labor and delivery and by my side when he was born and never complained. And that's just the kind of man he is. He always looks after the other people in his life.
I think about my wife and son and being able to be present for his birth and just to be able to work with him. It truly is a miracle with the healing that we've seen, and it's been awesome working with OSMC. I really believe that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't see the improvement that I have today.
Look where he is now. I mean, has so much of a future ahead of him, and I'm so proud of him. And we are so thankful for all of the people, especially Angie and especially OSMC, that have just poured into his life.
It's been great to be able to have function to do some task around the house, and I've already started to return back to work a little bit. I mean, there's things that I'm still learning how to do, but it's been awesome to be able to contribute a little bit in and around the home as well as at work. So it's been a great feeling of getting back to somewhat of a normal life, being able to provide.
Somebody told us soon after we got home, they came over and he said, you know, receiving a miracle in your life is amazing, but living a miracle, that's hard. It's crying when things don't work the way they used to. It's struggling to know what your purpose is going to be now, how he's going to provide for a family, how he's ever going to be able to fish again. You know, all these things he thinks about and he struggles with. And that's the heart of living the miracle. It's not saying life is going to be easy. It's just saying that it's going to be worth it.
You know, as a therapist, to have the honor to get to meet somebody with the drive and initiative to overcome the things that he has is a gift. And it reminds you, whether you've been a therapist for a year, 5 years, or 30 years, it reminds you of why you chose the profession that you did.